Cleanspark production.
What up? What up? We're looking at Cleanspark CLSK here. Good looking chart. Shaped up a lot similarly to like the other crypto equities we're looking at. But let's just get right into it. We have a major zone that we have to pay attention to, and we're in that zone right now. Okay, so this zone back in 2020 held us back, and now it's holding us back again now, and it was holding us back in March 2022. It's a clear, definite area in the chart. It must be marked out. It acted as resistance around this area. We broke above, acted as support in this area. We tried to break up again, failed, and then it acted as resistance. It's acting as resistance right now. It's our first time in this area since March 2022. So 2 years later almost, and we're back in that zone. All right. So again, if you wanted to look at it from a different perspective, this is why we have to look left on charts. You have to look left, because whether you want to believe it or not, these zones that were created in the past matter now, right? So as you can see, we have this. If you fast forward to your right, we look at what's happened since around October, right? If we start looking at what's happened in October, all of a sudden you start to pay attention to this massive volume. Okay, it's been happening technically since April last year, but really significantly October, you start to see, all right, massive influxes of volume coming in with little bear volume leaving. Okay, that's important. Why is it important? Big money is positioning themselves. What are they positioning themselves for? We have the Bitcoin halving coming up. The new rules of accounting when it comes to Bitcoin and how that's going to affect crypto equities. How is that going to affect big entities investing in crypto equities? Because a big issue that used to happen with these crypto equities is they couldn't properly count for the amount of Bitcoin that they held on their balance sheet, right? Now that there's new accounting rules to account for that, and it's going to show that some of these companies have way more revenue than it actually shows due to the amount of Bitcoin they hold. That's a major catalyst. And then we of course have the potential ETFs that are coming, that should be approved potentially this week. So it's an exciting week, and it's for sure an exciting year for Bitcoin and crypto equities, right? So that's what big money's preparing for. What we can look for daily time frame or weekly time frame is we can expect some sort of a consolidation to happen. Right here, we have this low. Okay, we create a high right here, and now we create a higher low right in this range. Okay, and now we create a higher high. Like if we're looking from a technical perspective, what can we expect potentially in the next few weeks? If you took the words out of my mouth, a high or low, right? And it's a basic uptrend. Low, high, higher low, higher high. What's next? Potentially a higher low. Where is it going to come? And that's the question that we have to answer. It's giving us this gap here, right? This gap around $7.80, call it. Can we potentially fill that gap? It's definitely a possibility. So if we zoom into the daily time frame here, you can now mark off another area, and that's right around here, right? So that's $8.12. That's where we tried to fill the gap earlier on back in early December, but things continue to run. What happens if we're going in there now, right? So what we could look for here is a potential consolidation period that leads us into that zone, maybe a sharp wedge, right? We could be looking at something like this. It would make sense, right? We have this high, we come back down into this range, we bounce, A, B, C correction into this range. Very much so a possibility here. That's something to be aware of for crypto equities. Again, a lot of them could be doing something like this, where we try to fill this gap that was left behind around this 770 range that we were just talking about two minutes ago, right? So, excuse me. Again, we could just look at this from a range perspective, from like, call it $8.25 to around $9, right? We could be coming to test this zone. Is it a support before we continue onward, right? And that, by doing this, the consolidation, it would give us that higher low that we were looking for to continue this uptrend, right? That's what we're looking for here on Cleanspark. Really good technical chart. That's it seems very obvious what is happening here, and this would all make complete sense to add into our major thesis that, you know, we will see higher prices in 2024 when it comes to crypto equities. Easy, guys.